All right, guys, what is up? It is episode 7-1 for Who the Heck Are We? Caro Manzano here in behalf of Claudia Perrine, and we got Enrique Ortiz as our analyst. We're doing goalkeeper talk again today with our distinguished guest. So, konting rundown lang of her credentials. No? Pretty impressive, of course. No need to ask who the heck is Ina. If you do, you gotta tune into the show. If you're a family friend or fan of Ina and you know who she is, you still tune into the show. Of course,
That's right.
yeah, you get to send in your questions in the comment section live and fantastic credentials. UAP champion, four-time best goalkeeper. I need to validate the 31 international caps when we bring her in. I don't know if that's quite outdated, but let's bring in our distinguished guest again in Inna Palacios, team captain, the Philippine women's national football team. Hey, Ina, how's it going?
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Hi, Ina.
How's it been? Are you still riding that high of qualifying for the Asian Cup?
Yeah, I'm still pretty stoked about it. Um, we never really promised to win both games or all games in qualifying, and we were able to do that. They were setting us up, expectations up there, and I'm just glad that we were able to achieve those wins for the team.
And then, given that, how was the process? Last Asian Cup, the Philippines qualified again, thanks to you guys, and it was
You're
quite
welcome.
tough. It was quite tough. And then now, you could say the Philippines was kind of expected to qualify now. So, how was that process? Was there more pressure for this qualification round? What is the team's mindset coming into it?
I think that's a good thing because, well, one, the expectations of us qualifying again only goes to say that they believe in us and the progress that we've been making already as a team. So it's a hard, I would say, it's a hard journey, of course, especially coming out of the 2019 SEA Games and then having that long break. But we really made it work. We made it. The team was very adaptable with the situation that we were in. So yeah, we went into camp. Half the time we were training online via Zoom,
Mhm.
and then the worst part was we had to do separate trainings. One for those who can play, who were in the States, and then the second half or the other half of the team was stuck here because of visa issues. And then we met together for the first time in Uzbekistan, which is where the tournament was. So I think that was the biggest challenge, really. So that's why I keep saying that we really made the most out of what we had in that moment that was given to us in for the qualifiers for the Asian Cup finals.
Do you feel like you weren't really able to play because of the pandemic, and then you had training? Was that momentum in the Sea Games somewhat derailed? Can you say because you guys made the
Oh yeah,
semis? Yeah.
for sure. We were sobrang nabitin kami from SEA Games, after knowing that we could have won that bronze, and then sobrang gigil to start training again for supposedly the AFF was the first tournament in 2020. But then, pandemic happened. All those hopes of having to play as soon as we could started dying down. Suddenly, tournaments were getting canceled. So we were like, what now? So when that happened, I was like, well, I guess it's the best time to have my shoulder fixed now. And so I had my surgery, and I used that time to really recover from that. So yeah, I just kept my focus. I knew I wanted to go back. I knew the World Cup was just around the corner, and AFC qualifiers will most likely happen again because World Cups every 4 years. So I knew it was bound to happen, especially after the 2020 Tokyo.
Okay. Yeah. Enrique, you got something.
Yeah, as a player myself, like being a keeper, you can't just run sometimes and expect to be fit in the game. You have to train and you have to do all sorts of things. Like I remember when I started when we came back into playing in the PFL with Harlika, the first thing I did was really like take a lot of goal kicks, and even then, like the amount of time preparation was really not enough, because it had been like a year since I'd played on a full size pitch. How did you manage to kind of get that together by the time you got into the competition?
Well, the first few trainings I got to play on the field, kid you not, every joint of my body hurt, especially having to dive. I was like, is this still right? Am I supposed to feel up to like my fingertips were sore? Um, yeah, it just, it validates how hard it is to take that long break and then come back. But of course, with consistent training, you get back in shape, you get back to your goalkeeping shape. You'll be a little bit sore, but it's gonna come back. I guess you just need a little bit time. I think the worst part was having to grasp air. It hurts your lungs. It hurts the chest. But yeah, through training, consistent training, we were able to get that back up. And with practice games that we've had in the States as well, that also gave us confidence in ourselves to get our feet wet in terms of playing a 90-minute game.
It's good though that, yeah, I mean, people don't, I think most people who aren't goalkeepers, I think only will really understand just how tiring it actually is.
Yeah, oh my God.
Like,
Training is the worst, I would say. But the game is a lot easier.
I love it. Like,
I
I
love
love
training.
playing and I love training. It's the best. But like, people think that because we sometimes skip the running, especially in UAAP, I'm sure you've skipped quite a few running days.
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm not allowed.
Oh no.
Oh, looks like
Oh,
we,
sorry, Enrique.
we were
I
able
challenge,
to.
I
We were
challenge
able
my
to.
teammates.
But we were
Captain,
able
no?
to skip a few running days. But people don't realize how tiring goalkeeper training actually is. Like you're being, shot
Yeah.
fast balls, so you don't breathe for a lot of that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
actually, I think that's the most tiring part when you hold your breath because you're moving and that's where you
Yeah,
get your power.
exactly.
Our endurance is
Yeah, and
just
then
different.
if you land the wrong way, if your breathing is wrong when you land, you wind yourself, and then you have to get up and do it again. So I think that's something, after a year of not doing, that you'll definitely have to just jump straight back into doing. So
Yeah.
again, like, did you do anything different, like during the pandemic itself, to think, okay, I'll physically, with your shoulder, especially shoulder injuries are very difficult for goalkeepers because they do take a lot of damage. Did you do something different to what you were doing when you were playing regularly,
Right.
during the pandemic?
Uh, yeah, in terms of a lot of strength and conditioning for my shoulder, a lot of power exercises as well. I can only do so much with the space that I have and also with no field. So it's more of like mimicking those explosive moves that you use in the game. Yeah, so my club team, Kaya FC, has been helping me recover. So they were pretty much in charge of my whole strength and conditioning program and my plyo. They made sure I was ready before I flew to the States for a training camp. But I've never done that much strength and conditioning in my life. Like I think that was almost every day because of the pandemic. Because in college, right, you train and then you'd kind of alternate that, so it's not like an
Yeah,
everyday thing.
it's
So
integrated in a way to the
yeah,
training.
Yeah.
but still, it's different having to do footwork and then going for a dive, those kinds of like training for goalkeeper. But I think I think that was the best I could do, especially for recovering with my shoulder injury.
Okay. So during the pandemic, I also got a shoulder injury on my left, and then it creeped on to my right. It's annoying. It's like,
What?
yeah. I pulled something in my shoulder, right, and then it was frozen shoulder, and then eventually it went to my right, so my right now is frozen. Anyway,
Oh
that's
my gosh.
crazy.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
knew I had to do my surgery when my shoulder dislocated while I was sleeping. So as long that
How did that happen? While
I
you
think
were
I was
sleeping?
sleeping with my hand up or something, and then it popped out, and then I was like, if I was gonna play, if this happened to me and I wasn't even playing, there was no force, then that just
I
I'm
think
delix.
with shoulder injuries, I always find that happens. Like with me, I had dislocated it during a game, and then they put it back. But it took like a month, and
Right.
after a month, the same thing happened to me. I was sleeping in a certain position, but I was leaning on it, and it
Mm.
kind of moved out a bit. And then I woke up the next morning and I couldn't move the whole thing.
Yeah. Shoulder
At
Um,
least it
injury,
went
man.
back by
It's
itself.
Yeah,
painful.
I've
Oh
heard those
my,
yeah,
injuries
It's
too.
painful.
Yeah.
painful. And
Yeah.
it's like
and
recoveries.
a certain
Are like
unnamed
very
teammate. I don't know if I can say his name. So an unnamed teammate of mine in Ateneo was studying in school, and he was just stretched like that, and then he just, like
Oh my God.
sometimes it can
It's
just happen.
traumatizing.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like sneezing and your rib pops out, right? You know that? Oh,
yeah,
it
I
could still
guess.
happen to you. Right? Anyway, back to the interview. Let's
Yeah,
talk
but
about
glad you're still glad that you got to recover, no?
We're
And
all
it's
okay
finally
here. We're all
yeah,
okay.
we're all
Yeah,
yeah.
fine, right? So, Ina,
Yeah.
we were looking at your credentials there, and one of them was four-time best goalie UAAP. Goalie, let's show that.
Yep,
Taro?
I got it right here.
But four-time best goalkeeper, but we didn't really actually tell what school. And I would like to say
Oh
the
my
school,
God.
of course. Thank you very much, Lasal and Enrique. You could mute yourself for a bit, no?
Oh yeah.
But what was your experience like? Winning as a four-time best goalkeeper. That's an amazing feat as a
Mhm.
college player, no?
Right. Well, my personal goal honestly was to win 5, but um I got injured my second year, and then
Oh no.
after the first one, I was like, "Oh, okay. My rookie year, I won best goalkeeper. Maybe this is something I could pursue." And then my second year, it didn't happen because I was injured. I was like, "Okay, I don't think it's not as important as I thought it would be." Um, I didn't expect to win best goalkeeper my third year because our team was, I think, fourth at that time. So I was like, it's probably gonna be from the top 2 teams because why not, right?
Yeah.
We're in the losing team. And then yeah, and then it just happened. I didn't want it on my fourth year and fifth year because I was really now then focused on winning the championship for La Salle because it's been so long for the women's already.
Mhm.
And that season 78 was like just a heartbreaker for us. So I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore what's gonna happen. I want that gold for Taft. I want that crown
Mhm.
back to Taft.
I think we were talking off air. I think Lara wants to. You want to talk about that? Tell
Yeah,
me.
yeah, but some two things lang, no. I didn't put the LaSalle part in the screen. I think Coach Hans is gonna kill me. Yeah, I'm not. I remember Coach from school, but I wasn't in the team. But yeah, I got to interview Coach. Coach Hans might kill me. But some stuff here, some well wishes. We got Go Captain Ina. Yeah, so send in
Oh,
your
thank
questions,
you.
guys. Yeah, of course, Philippines. That's Philippine emojis, of course. Ray Allen Sarmiento. We got a good buddy in Carson Gutierrez, great footballer though. And I think he has something. Let's flash Carson's question before we segue to like UAAP. If you were not a foot, if you're not a footballer right now, like what would you be doing? Yeah,
Sports wise or like career wise?
or
Because it
or
could
maybe if you
be
weren't a football player. Yeah,
so like sports.
Both. Yeah.
yeah, pwede pa. Yeah,
I honestly think I would be a table tennis player. I don't know why.
interesting. Okay.
I really like table tennis. Um, for like profession in terms of like work, I wanted to be a doctor so bad.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I like science. I think I'm a nerd on that side, but yeah, it didn't happen.
It could still happen, right? You could still.
Who
it's
Or a
never
knows?
too late.
lawyer
Never too
because
late.
my grandma was a judge and she studied law, and I really looked up to her, so that kind of enticed me. But doctor would still be a nice tone.
You're a
Interesting.
hero as a footballer, and you'll still be a hero as a doctor, especially during the pandemic.
My gosh,
Oh.
it's overachiever. I don't think I can do that. I
on and
cannot.
off the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
but
9 years more studying.
Tagal.
but it's interesting you mentioned table tennis now because you're one of the well-known LaSalle athletes, and we have Yan Lariba, may she rest in peace, of course, one of the
Yeah,
a well-known
great
LaSallian
person.
athlete too. Yeah, arguably a goat. So it's interesting you also mentioned table tennis, but let's talk UAAP a bit. So you have this. It's full circle.
Woohoo!
I think I actually took this picture. You have this, the
Probably.
championship, and then you got your fourth best goalkeeper award in your senior year, and you scored a goal in your last game. So you ended on a
Yeah.
high. But before that, of course, there was this
Yeah.
disappointment. You guys only lost in the finals. It was only either you guys were winning or picking up draws in the elimination round, but unfortunately ended with a loss only in the finals. How was it for you to get those chains off your back, by simply winning in the end? At the end, you say, okay, I
That
got the
was
chip.
a long road, I would say. Because, I would say the whole journey of La Salle, it was like parang gulong ng palad, I would say. Like, it's really a wheel. Because my first year, we were in the finals already. And I was
Mhm.
like, wow, I guess it was like sort of easy to get into the finals. And then that, like, just put us dead bottom the year after. So we were like fifth. And then we moved sixth. And then on my fourth year, which was this year, we were like, okay, we were starting the season with, it was against Ateneo. First, our opening game, Ateneo. I think that was 4-3. We won almost like the last few minutes of the game. And I was like, okay, that's a great start. Maybe, we can take it all the way to the finals. So we were taking it day by day, game by game. And for some reason, I don't know, just UP had so much. It was Rogi. I'm telling you, it was Rogi.
Yeah, that was the
Um,
year they
No,
picked up the
no
yeah,
purple for
joke.
Rogi.
Rogi,
No,
rest
no
in peace.
joke.
But
They straight up played like they were possessed. UP,
yeah,
like everyone.
Yeah.
but
And I
yeah,
have a
so
lot of friends there, and they
I
they work.
cannot. Yeah, they work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from 78, and then I was like, I only have 1 year left. And I promised myself that no matter what school I went to, we'll win a championship. I didn't say how many, I just said one. I wanted one, being realistic. So I was like, one more chance and literally no room for mistakes. So after that loss, we regrouped as a team a few weeks after. I think that was 2 weeks after. And we started training. And, we were working hard every day. Parang I was telling them, remember what we really want to achieve this season. We want everyone in their best shape. That's why I was telling you I didn't miss any runs because I would run with them because I would rather them beat me and me pushing because I push myself hard. But if they beat me, then I know they're pushing themselves more. So at least I thought like, yeah, I'd be tired, but this is for the betterment of the whole team. Like everyone's pushing each other. So we started off with our preseason with the PFF Women's League, and we won all of the games before our UAAP season. So we were in a winning streak. So I did not expect that at all, but I was so proud of how my teammates just wanted to win as well and just were working just as hard and even harder because we all know how much pain we've experienced losing that one game in season 78 and which was the championship as well. So everyone stayed focused. Coach Hans also reminded us, Coach Alvin, all our coaching staff, um, to know why we're doing what we're doing and that all our efforts would be worth it towards the end. So we were nearing the end of season 79 and we knew we were like almost like the favorites because we haven't lost and they were kind of hyping us up from the last season that we were in. So fast forward to the championship game with UST. first half 0-0, I was so scared. I was like, this cannot be happening again. So Coach Hans was, Coach Hans was telling us what to do in the locker room, and of course he was like trying to wake us up because we weren't playing how we were supposed to play, and we started kind of slow. So that worked. Second half, we scored the first goal, but they scored an equalizer after that. So good thing we were able to score again with Sarah. And then, sealed it with a third. And then just the emotions of everything, all the hard work, the early mornings, all the crying, the injured, all the everything just made it so worth it, because the journey for me throughout my whole college career was just, it was a nice process for me for that championship to happen, because it wasn't handed to us in a silver platter. We really worked hard for that. Everyone thought season 78 would be like a sure win, but look, it didn't happen. But we made sure that, it's not going to happen again. Like we cannot make the same mistake. And I'm just happy that we did it with the team that I had with LaSalle. And up to now, they still have it. So I'm so proud of that. I think they're 3-peat now. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Some things, no. So you said Sarah picked up the goal and you guys sealed it. Let's mention it. You scored a goal. to put the nail in the coffin. I think
You
so. It
did?
became 3-1.
Wow.
Ina scored a goal. Yeah. We're
A
like, whoa.
penalty, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
We're like, whoa, she's going for it. Ina's going for a goal. And
I was
wouldn't-
also nervous. I was just trying not to show it.
Like,
That is
didn't you like
a-
stick it in the top corner? I think I remember that. Just like, it's a pretty good
We have the
penalty.
video somewhere.
poker face, ba poker face.
I practiced it before the game. I was telling Coach Hans, Coach, I want to score for LaSalle. And then he was like, asa ka pa, dyan ka lang.
That sounds like Coach Hans. But I wouldn't have liked to be in your halftime huddle, though. No. But before we get to Enrique, all these things you were talking about, no. Just trying to exercise that ghost or those chains. Is that what led to you guys having that motto? Instead of start strong, finish strong, it became finish stronger. Is that what led to it?
I think so, yeah. Because we were like, no matter how strong you start, or like, it's like start stronger, finish strongest, something like that.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, there. Because we were like, well, that didn't work last season. We gotta take it a notch up. So yeah, that's where it started.
Enrique.
Yeah, I mean, I know that this whole rivalry thing, and when we're there, it's obviously super intense. But off the field, I would probably say that LaSalle and Ateneo players are usually closer than any other school. Off the field, I think most of my friends in football played for LaSalle actually. So, like, I'm sure you can. I mean, you have one of the better, especially like in the time that I was there, probably the best women's player for Ateneo and Cam.
Right.
She's still your
Yeah.
teammate now.
Yeah.
So,
We're gonna leave soon.
Right, training camp.
So yeah, going to that. How is that for you guys? Because for us, it was like, we were friends, sure, but when the game came, it was really like no friends
Oh yeah,
at
no
all.
friends.
Was it like? Did you guys think like, okay, we're gonna play against Ateneo now? We are gonna absolutely murder all of them. Like,
No naman,
the
grabe,
mindset,
grabe.
yeah.
I know, right? That's how you guys think, no?
that's how we were. Yeah.
Sorry.
See, I swear, you guys start the fight.
Because
Enrique's an Ateneo, by the way. In the men.
in my first year kasi, Jello kasi just stuck it in the top corner in the 80th minute, and it was
Oh,
just really
yeah.
heartbreaking. It was a super good goal, and I love Jello, dude, super nice guy, but that just really hurt. So after that, it was really like because we were similar because we lost to you guys in the
Right,
semifinal,
and you won.
and then we lost in the final to UP the following year, and then championship the next year. So going through that, and I understand that process of trying to redeem yourself. How important were getting the right recruits in, like getting fresh faces who were really good for your team, but also, as you know, like when you bring in a big time rookie, like with us, I think obviously the big time rookie when I was there was Harvey Gayoso. Um, how did you, as a senior player, handle these bigger personalities, or were there personalities that were just you had to control, or that kind of thing?
In our team, there like it wasn't much of like it was nothing like big personalities, I would say. It was more of they blended in the culture really well. They knew because usually, well, our one of our big recruits then was like Sarah Castaneda, and she was already from Zubel, so she already knows the system from that. So it wasn't much of a big adjustment for her. It was more of like fitting in the system, having to play with other teammates, and the fact that she already had experience playing for the national team. Her game was already mature. So in my team in LaSalle, there was no such thing as if you're a rookie you can't lead. It was more of like, you know, everyone can be a leader in their own way. It's just how you bring yourself and how you bring your teammates up. So each of them was a leader in their own way, and that's why I think we gelled pretty much well, because we knew what we wanted, and then we knew how to work with each other. If someone was having a hard time, they always had someone to go to and like ask questions, like how can they better themselves, and we're always open to like helping, of course, because we had like a bigger goal in front of us. But I think for the recruitment side, I think Coach Hans did a pretty good job, like putting people to their own places, because at the end of the day, it worked. They learned how to make it work, and they grew also as players. So yeah.
Yeah,
You, of course, as the captain, no? You kept things together, dictating the culture. Of course, they see you lead by example, like doing the running, or simply they saw you as that other person to look out for them. Yeah, Enrique, anything else?
yeah. It's good because it's like, I mean, with some of you guys, obviously with coming from Zobel going to Taft, a lot of your players had that experience. It was easy to blend, but I
Right.
would like high school to UAP is actually a very big shift.
Oh
The
yeah.
schedule, just in the schedule alone, it's very very gruesome, and the commitment that you have to have is there, like, is so high. And I think that that's what most younger players would may struggle with. Like, so
Oh yeah.
how did you, like you go into college, you're a rookie and you're young, you go into college, you get into all these parties and things like that. How did you kind of?
Nakitiba.
No. You see the culture in Ateneo, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean it's
No, we were
there because
all very good. We weren't
yeah.
going out. Joke. No,
Weren't going out before games.
especially before games.
Yeah,
We never really said no to anyone. You
yeah,
They had the freedom to do whatever they wanted. We just asked for one thing. That's when you're in the pitch, when you're in training, you have to show us that you're 100%, because if not, we will rip your butt off. That's it. That's plain and simple. And we'll know because we've been there. But then
exactly.
you don't see us like slacking off. So what gives you, the right to slack off when we're all working hard here, getting yelled at, waking up early. So that was our only rule. So we really didn't stop them from doing what they wanted. College is college. They're gonna have fun. They want to explore. But we just had to make sure that they knew their priorities.
No one really wanted to cross coach hands as well in that sense.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't. That you'd be so stupid if you did that.
Yeah, I mean that's that. It's that whole idea that I don't think people also realize. Because for me, like in my experience, I didn't play a lot of high school level football. I played UFL and then college, but the level of competition just within the team itself, like if you don't fight for your spot in the team, you lose it. Like, and I think people don't realize like how big that is.
And I think that's something also na parang we really enabled in the team was a healthy competition between the players, because that's the only way you can improve when you're being challenged, constantly being challenged by your teammates. And I think that's also the key why we were able to really put the quality of LaSalle football up for the women's.
I mean, just among you and your other keepers who are with you, I always look at when I look at a team, um, I never look at the starting keeper only. I look at the group because
Yeah.
the mentality of the starting keeper is kind of dictated by the group because that's who you're with, that's who you train with, that's who pushes you and things
So
Right.
your
like that.
team is stacked. LaSalle is stacked.
Yeah, I was gonna say any one of the three of you guys could
Yeah,
answer
yeah,
three,
for
so
sure.
could have won best keeper,
Start.
honestly.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I have full trust with all my goalkeeper mates. They're both really good as well in their own ways, and I think we just all complement each other and help each other. And it also helps that we train with the boys, so we also get like stronger shots as well.
Oh yeah. Before we get to that, no, you training with the boys. When I was covering your team back in school, it was the boys versus the girls, and then I saw this is why Ina's in the national team because the boys had the ball the whole time, but you were just making save after save. So I wasn't surprised, to be honest. Like I'm like, oh, see, you see why Ina's in the national team. Yeah, there's no BS. It's pure performance. But how was it for you? There's newcomers every year. Coach Hans is really great at recruiting and just bring you guys all the way. Was there any pressure with, oh wow, this is a stacked team, I might lose my spot or I have to work harder? Did you get any of that, or were you confident in your ability to outwork everyone and your talent?
You know, what's this? From season 78 to 79, we actually didn't get rookies. So it was the same exact team that played. So that's why we were able to like really regroup and like make it so much stronger. But in terms of like the spot, honestly, it wasn't in my head. It was just like I really just wanted to play. And on some games, I remember some games, it was Erica Turtur who would start my second goalkeeper because from some reason I can't or I'm injured, and she would do absolutely well. And that's why I just have full confidence in whoever starts. But of course, I'm still very honored and like blessed that Coach Hans always puts me in.
I remember a few of those games because I would watch. I just like watching football, so I would watch some games and I'm thinking, oh, they changed their starting keeper, maybe it's an injury or whatnot. But I was like, this she could start. Like
Yeah,
she could if she started every game, maybe she'd even win best keeper.
yeah,
I thought that I was like, wow, that's ridiculous. How
yeah.
stacked your team actually was.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I think Coach Hans is always confident with whoever he puts in, whether that's me or not. He has full trust in whoever he puts in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think everyone got to raise their level. You guys got to stay as a championship caliber team. Because after you left that legacy, there's the streak, right? Everyone's pushing each other. But before we get to like our contractual obligations, some comments here. We got Paula Pajarillo. She's looking forward to the next game, and she said,
Oh,
"Go
hello,
Ina."
Paula. That's my best friend.
Oh, okay.
Paula. Say
Great,
hi to your
supporting.
mom.
Ayun. And then she is asking here, maybe she knows the answer, but she wants it to be on air since she's one of your good buddies. What's your personal motto?
Oh yeah, she does know. Personal motto is dream big always. That's something I live by ever since. Yeah, if you're my friend on Facebook, you'll see that's my only cover page ever since I think pretty much joined Facebook. But yeah, it's something that really pushes me because when you say dream big, it's not, it's also being realistic at the same time. It's like reaching for the stars, but you know one day you'll get it. That's
So
pretty much
there
what
you
I
go.
did in LaSalle.
So staying true, it's your cover photo true and true. It'll remind you every time though if you're just there scrolling. But anyway, let's get to our quick commercial break. You guys can have your water break while I'll just run our contractual obligations. So we remember the Globally Ballin Network. Head to globallyballin.com for your original content. So you can screenshot the page right beside me, or if you're listening on audio, just click the link in the description. And then follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and my favorite app, TikTok now, at WTHAW Podcast. And don't forget, subscribe on YouTube. That's where you can find all of our episodes. If you're not catching this video on Facebook, you're catching it too on YouTube right there. So it's at Globally Ballin. And on the go, Spotify. That's where we got our audio platforms along with our sister shows, as you can see right there. But speaking of our sister shows, we have Hang Time with Denise Dinsay for your volleyball kwentuhan with the different personalities right here in the Philippines. And then we have an eternity of basketball with Noel, Charlie, Sid, and JP Mercado. My titos, they look back at the 70s, 80s, and 90s of Philippine hoops. And then thank you so much to our many sponsors for supporting the pod. We got Shops to Go. We got New Era for your finest headwear. Hinuluban Farms, your coffee and adlay. Arfratelli for their soulful cereal milk. Georgie's Delights, also in Bukidnon. They got their yummy and healthy peanut butter and breakfast snacks. Cuts Apparel too for our shirts. Enrique, I like the shirt you're wearing too. Let's show it later when you're back on the camera. And then we got the Daily Ounce and Aqua Flask. Thank you so much right here for supporting us. So there, counting product sample lang. I need it too. But Cuts Apparel there. Give them a follow on social media. You can get your biking polos, even your uniforms or cycling jerseys, you name it. If you need it, Cuts Apparel can make it. So again, right there on social media. There you go. Nice shirt, Enrique. We're going with LaSalle. What is it with LaSalle and talented keepers? Because you're an international caliber keeper. Bottom line, there's nothing on the side there. Straight up. And you came from the same system, or Patrick Dato came from the same system as you. I don't know if you're a sub-by, but what is it with LaSalle in producing quality keepers? Is it Coach Hans, or is it Coach Lolong, or everyone out there?
Yeah, even like I would say Haya Ibarra was a
Right.
good goalkeeper. Um, I very much enjoyed my first year because Data was there, and I was pretty much pattering how I was playing with how he was playing, because like his technique is just amazing for me. Um, I think a big role of that is Coach Lolong, and at the same time the eye of Coach Hans to spot people like that. I have no clue. I actually, up to now, I don't know the real answer why LaSalle is just blessed with good goalkeepers. It's, I think, the recruitment, but I'm so amazed with how much quality Coach Lolong has brought out from all of us. He's really the reason why we're all successful as and winning best goalkeeper for UAAP. I think today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Coach Lolong.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Coach Lolong. Yeah, all the best. Yeah. But Claudia, yeah.
No, I sorry, I just had to leave for another interview. No, I had to present something. No, but I'm not sure if you guys spoke about your new coach. Did we talk about that yet, or should we talk about it?
The national team.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
national team,
Exciting credentials, no? Exciting
super.
credentials. Yeah.
And the fact is, he's Australian, right? And
Yes.
how uncanny is that? I mean, he was named like 2 days ago, and I think the day after we get the group stages, and then we see that we are part of Australia. How is that? How was he taking it?
Um, I actually met him but Thursday morning before, like early morning of day off. Sorry, day off of the whole draw, and he asked for that meeting to see or like just get a feel of how the culture is like, from the leaders and stuff like that. And I think that was a very good touch. I think that was very genuine of him to do it.
Yeah.
Um, uh, all I could say is that I'm excited with what he can bring that could help the whole team because again, you said it, his credentials very stacked, and I'm excited to learn from a coach like him. And yeah, it's funny because we already have a little banter. I messaged him after the draw. I said, I think it was really meant to be. How funny is that we're gonna go with that we're grouped with Australia? I knew it that we would be. And then he
Really?
said inevitable. But yeah, so I'm excited because he was the coach of Australia. He was the head coach of Australia when they went to the 2018 Asian Cup finals, where they finished second. That same tournament, the Philippines was also there, and I think he got to see a bit of how we played. And by now, I'm sure he knows how we've grown already through the years. And he kept saying it like he was very driven, and like he knows his goals for the team. And when you hear your coach like very pumped up, very goal driven, you kind of get pumped up as well. So yeah, I'm just excited to get to meet him personally and to see how training will go with him as our head coach.
How's his game style? Like, what's his coaching style? Do you hear
I
any?
have no clue. I don't know yet, but I will find out for sure.
Oh, yeah. Ozzy, tell him to eat some meat pie. You
I
know.
did ask him to bring me some Vegemite.
Oh, you're gonna
Oh,
get
so you
Vegemite?
love
Oh
your
my
Vegemite
god,
then.
that's
I
the
love my
best.
Vegemite.
Oh,
Not my cup of tea. But
you should try
of course, it's
Vegemite and
different.
avocado.
Clara, you just
It's
need to know
good.
how to
It's
eat it.
good.
You
Yeah,
just need to know how to eat it.
yeah,
Okay.
Vegemite and
Vegemite's
peanut butter.
good.
Have you tried?
Oh
It's good
gosh, yeah.
too.
Okay, I'll give that a go.
Vegemite
That's
is
interesting.
good, man.
Peanut butter. I
I
will
used
try
to
it
have
with.
that.
I will try it with peanut butter from our buddies at Georgie's
Oh,
Delight.
there you
So
go. Right.
perfect
Galing
combination
ah.
right there. Yeah, that's how we do it, of
There you
course.
go.
But
See.
Yeah.
we're talking about Coach Stachik, right? Fantastic credentials, and we can't wait for what's in store at two Asian Cups in two cycles for the Philippines. So I'm I'm loving the progress we're seeing, of course, of not just the women's national team, but Philippine football as a whole. No, but how about for, let's say, you have the young girls who aspire to be like you. They see that you're in the national team, but how do they get there? But can you tell us about your background? Maybe they can see, okay, Ina did this and that and trained here and there, so maybe I can do that. Yeah. Could you tell us like your background, that road to LaSalle and the Philippines football team?
Right. Where do I start? But it's so nice that there are aspiring girls that wanna represent the country as well, and like be where we are right now, because I think that's so important in the development of women's football here. Making sure that you are achievable, and for them they can be so much more than us. So yeah, I started when I was in grade school. I think that was like, or like grade 6, 5. Um, but I wasn't a goalkeeper. I was a field player. I was a striker and then a winger. So I like to score goals before I defended them. And then I started playing goalkeeper when I was, I think, 14, but it wasn't consistent. It was just like when we don't have one. Um, my whole stay in CSA, I was always playing with the higher bracket. So I had my original bracket, my age bracket, and then I would play with the older ones. So I was always exposed to more games than usual for my age group, and that gave me more knowledge in the game, more exposure, and at the same time confidence as well. When I go back to my age group. So when I was 14, I started joining, or when I was 13, I joined the U16, and then U17, U19. and then up to when I was in when senior team. It wasn't the easiest journey. I think I remember I remember telling my dad to drive me here, drive me there, just so I can like play games. You know, it's really about the games. Before kasi there wasn't parang before you can just play with any team. And I think that's the best part. Like you don't have to be with one club and one club only, or one school only. Before you can play with all the schools, even if you're not from there, all the clubs, basta you can play. So that's pretty much how I started playing, and then people started seeing me. Coaches started like talking about me, and Coach Hans actually wanted to recruit me for high school in Zubel. I said no because I didn't want to go to LaSalle then, but I ended up there. Yeah, and then LaSalle, I was pretty consistent na constant with LaSalle, very focused already there, and I knew already what I wanted. So it was just LaSalle in the national team as I finished my college years.
Yeah, with Enrique coming in, I think you wanted to go to Ateneo, right? Or you were considering it?
Yeah, I committed to Ateneo for a
Oh,
little
really?
bit. Uh,
LaSalle would be
I pulled
different if
out.
you didn't go to LaSalle.
I pulled out
It happens a lot more than you think.
right before LaSalle. What's this? LaSalle's like last few days of admission. I was already late for LaSalle because LaSalle
Okay.
started May, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
Semester.
sorry, LaSalle then started April, and we finished high school March. So I had a few weeks. So right before LaSalle started, I got all my papers out of Ateneo and drove all the way to Taft to bring
Quite
it
a
to
drive.
LaSalle. Yeah.
Quite a
Done, been
drive, and
there.
the rest is history. Yeah. But
Yep.
that's
There
not
you
why.
go.
Well, that's not why Enrique's next to speak. But of course, also a goalkeeper, and grew up in the Philippines. Also training here.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting seeing like the different um, journey, because everyone, and I'd say the same thing like when we had Quincy on because he grew up somewhere else and things like that. But because for me, I heavily relied on my club football. I played for Nomads for a really long time. Um, so nowadays, let's skip forward to today. Going into the Asian Cup, you're drawn with Australia. How is your mindset? You're going against one of the, I think she's the top scorer in the English Super League now, in Sam
Sam
Kerr.
Kerr.
Like that's exciting. Like that's like if you, for me, for example, if I was gonna go against like Mbappe or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
How excited are you to play against such a good player?
Funny because also Sam Kerr and her group, we played in the same U16 tournament. That time, I won't forget this. They trashed the Philippines 20-0. No, that's Australia. And that's the batch of Sam Kerr, like them of Caitlin Ford of Arsenal. Um, so it's interesting to, have that opportunity again to play with them. I think we will learn so much. And at the same time, I think we just have to not be fans for a little bit and focus on our playing, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to get the result that we want. But definitely, it makes playing pro very achievable for us if you get to play with those kinds of players who are like world-class quality. They play in the Premier League and in Europe. They play all over the world. Just recently in Uzbekistan, South Korea also played in the same country, just in a different bracket. But one of their players play for Chelsea, and she arrived with us. The fact that you just see a Chelsea player and you watch them, you study them, is already how do you say this? Parang, it makes your dream alive. Now you can play pro, you can be one of them, you can challenge them. So that for me is very exciting. I think it's quite a challenge, but it's a challenge that we will all like love to learn from and like, see where we can go, see if we can compete and even maybe beat them.
Why
Yes.
You
not?
know,
Why not?
I
Yeah,
love that.
let's beat the country of Enrique and Claudia. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
big
Let's
art.
go.
Yeah, yeah. Because okay, so people watching, Enrica's leaving for Australia. I lived in Australia, so
It's amazing there,
I
people
love
are
it.
great there. Yeah,
We're friendly.
yeah, yeah.
On the field, we're not. But when, yeah. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
like how great is that? Because if you look at it like maybe a few years ago or even now, honestly, but the idea of becoming a professional football player here with most people is not. It's not so. It's not an idea that's cultivated that much. And for you guys, it's already. And I'm saying that there's difficulty already a men's player, and for you guys to be like on the women's side to say even the women can play pro abroad and Filipinos can do that. I think that's amazing. So yeah, I mean, what a great thing to do if you guys manage to, you know, like
Yeah,
even if
well,
you
one of
save like a
us,
penalty or something like that, like that's a
yeah.
big deal already for the country as a whole. Not just like for you obviously, but for the country as a whole, for younger generations to think, oh well, she grew up here, she learned in LaSalle, like, and now she's
Yeah.
playing against the Chelsea player.
Oh
I,
yeah,
re- I
yeah.
really I really take pride, being a local player and having this much opportunity to represent the country because I feel like this makes everything so reachable for young kids, and that's what we want. That's what we want at the end of the day. That's why we're paving this path for them. It's because we want them to replace us in the future, and we want them to thrive just as hard or even harder because we know that the talents that we have right now, it's unbelievable, it's crazy, and they're so good. Like kids now, they're so good, they don't even have to try. They're really naturally talented, and
Yeah,
that's the best thing about that. If they put in the hard work, then they can go distance for sure.
And there you go. There's someone
There, yeah.
inspired. I hope soon I will be like you who represents the Philippines in the field of football. Nothing is impossible naman po, di ba? So,
Syempre.
great stuff.
Yeah.
Yan. So, ayun. There's one person inspired already. At least we can see. I'm sure there's so many out there. So, there you go. But, Enrique, anything else before we carry on with Claudia?
no, good. I'm good. Go on,
All right.
Claudia.
Awesome. Fantastic stuff.
Okay. For me, I want to go back why you left Ateneo and went to the Salle. What was the turning? What? Yeah. So
Oh,
What you doing
yeah.
to Enrique? Come
I'm doing.
on.
no.
I love giving a
Getting like
okay. Yeah.
serious,
the
like
the turning point was I got recruited to Ateneo and LaSalle because they saw me play for the national team. So my only consideration is that if I go to that school, you'll allow me to play for the national team whenever they call me up.
Yeah.
And of course, Coach Hans, he supported that. He was like, no problem at all. But Ateneo didn't. And they couldn't because we won't be excused from classes and stuff like that. And that kind of like um, made me feel uneasy because I was like, I can't let that go. Like, this is really my passion, like playing for the country and stuff like that. And when I heard that, and I was still pushing to go there, to a point where my parents met with the athletic director then, and they really said, we couldn't, like, we could only try. It's up to the coaches. And then I was like, nah, going to LaSalle.
that's
And that
probably
was
the
the
right decision.
best
Yeah,
choice. Yeah.
even I'll say that because trying to go like miss class is not any class you miss you'll be kind of punished for, depending on the class obviously, but not every professor is as accepting of national team duties, I suppose, because you have to kind of give a letter to each of your professors to excuse yourself, and it's like it's a long process that I've had to do for a few people as well. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm
So
glad.
that was the turning point.
Yeah. Good.
I think
Good. Well done. Well
there's
done,
there's
LaSalle.
always a lot more to it than I'm just gonna bring it up because
Go
I
ahead,
feel
yeah.
like I'm being ganged up on here.
You guys should have told me to grab my popcorn.
No, but deciding on colleges, like I also had a similar like I was deciding on where to go between UP, Ateneo, and LaSalle, and
LaSalle.
for me, the definite like on top of the players that they already had, um, like on top of that, for me the most like the biggest factor was the course. The course that you would take, and because at the end of the day, you're still going to school, it's still an education, so you have to kind of consider that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot more to it that people don't see.
Yeah,
Obviously,
of
there are
course, of
also
course.
some people that are like, no, I'm Lasallian, so I'll go Lasal all the way, or I'm
Yeah,
Atenean.
no.
There are those people, but it's
No,
not
I
always
really
the
did
case.
want to go to Ateneo. The fact that I didn't even commit to Coach Hans and to go to Zubel was like a statement. And then, but luckily, I have both my course. My course in Ateneo is psych. My course in LaSalle is also psych, and I did a double
Beautiful.
major in psych. So I did a double major in LaSalle, so I got two courses therein. But yeah, definitely the course is always a factor. If I really wanted to be a doctor, I'd probably go to UP. But then before their field wasn't the best for goalkeepers, so
But the field
It's
now is good.
yeah,
the
grabe,
field
no?
now is great. Like
It's great. Yeah.
I feel
close to
like
Rizal.
if I went and tried out for UP now and they wanted me, I probably would have gone to UP. Cause
That field, yeah.
The field is
yeah,
amazing. The field is nice. The field
because
is
I tried out, and when I tried out, I remember diving once and then going, yeah, no, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
You were telling me about that in school when we were
That was
in high school, yeah.
But
So okay.
for UP, before I give it to you, you know, even their gyms, like their basketball gyms, they've improved. So I play basketball, right? So
Yeah.
when I would play basketball, there when we go against, I would practice player. When I would bounce the ball, because it's hollow under, it goes in the other side,
Oh
so you
no.
have to actually run for the other ball. So but they've improved. Their sporting
Yeah,
equipment, their venues have been improving. So
for
it's
sure.
good. But again,
So,
I'm glad that you went to LaSalle. Sorry, Enrique. No,
so
Animo
because
Lasal.
yeah, because the fact that you're a very successful goalkeeper. You're a captain of the national team. I mean, what a big there was it's like big sacrifice for you to move to LaSalle, but all the blessings just came to you.
it was definitely the right
Yeah.
decision for you. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
It's
mean,
that perfect storm came, no?
look at what
one door
happened. I mean,
closes, more opens.
Yeah. And you
that's
drove me to
right.
task, and it was repeated here. The rest is history by a good friend of the show, Pam. Thanks again, Ina. The rest is
Yeah.
history. So let's make we got
Hi,
our idea.
Pam.
We got our first idea for who the heck are we merch. So yeah, that's picking up. The rest is history.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah, interesting, no? So it looks like UP and Coach Anto, they were knocking on that door of yours too. Um,
Yeah.
so highly recruited, and of course you lived up to the hype and continuously contributing to Philippine football. But before we wrap up our formal conversation, no, you've already given so much to Philippine football, but how exactly do you want to be remembered?
Um, I just want to be remembered as a good person, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what. Like, it's not for everything that I've done, but it's like more. How do you say this? I feel like people know me just for the person that I am on the field, but there's really a lot more to that, and I just want to be remembered as really a good person. And for me, I always want to be nice and kind to every person that I meet, and because I also want them to be nice to me. So yeah, everything that I have achieved, everything that was given to me, I think, I can't even begin to say thank you. And I just feel so humbled all the time because there's so many achievements that, but then it also boils down to all the hard work that I've put into all of this. And when you work really, really hard for something and you don't give up on your dreams, then you will reap all of it, and all the success and everything that you've put in. It's all worth it. So yeah, it's my heart is very warm right now saying all of this.
Aw.
When we're touched
But
too,
Yeah,
your
we're very, yeah.
achievements, but you're back to basics. It's not, I want to be known as this person or that
Yeah, that's
person on
very
the
good.
field. It's
no,
basic.
it's
It's off the field. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's really off the field. It's much more than what they see on the pitch, for sure.
Wow.
Man, that's great.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. One of
My
those
heart,
goosebump moments.
my
Yeah.
heart is so warm.
But, given that, no, perhaps you have a message to the supporters of your team. I don't know if you have a fan club, you want to thank family, friends, and invite them, no, to catch you guys playing in the AFC Asian Cup again.
Yeah. So to everyone, to all my family, my friends, to the fans, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for the continuous support that you give me and the rest of the Philippine women's national team. You guys are our rock. You guys are 12 man on the field, and we just hope that you continue to be strong for us as we really prepare very hard for this AFC finals this coming January, and hopefully that we all get that goal to qualify for the World Cup. So thank you, and I hope everyone stays safe. And yeah, guys, thank you for having me here as well.
Oh, yeah. It's an absolute pleasure. And
Right
we're
before
not
you
really
leave.
done with our episode, no? But yeah, thanks for taking the time in your busy schedule. But that wraps up our formal conversation. And let's get to our draft. This will be very interesting, of
Oh yeah,
course. And
this is the food.
oh, yep. It's a new segment, but we got something here first while we set up. So we're so proud of you. Good luck, Team
Thank
Pilipinas.
you.
So, ayun, there you go. Inspiring stuff. So we got our draft. Let me put it on screen right here. So, Ina, guest of our honorable, I don't know, honorable, distinguished guest. So you have first pick, then we'll snake it. Enrique's our guest analyst. So it goes Ina, Enrique, Claudia, me, and then it goes me, Claudia, Enrique, you. So
Okay.
simple as this, guys. Top 5 Pinoy dishes. We kind of might end up fighting because no repeating of answers. That's why it's a draft. It's your team. You get to set it up. So
Okay.
anyway, of course, you have the honor, the first pick.
I'm nervous.
Kare kare.
Kare kare. Okay. I think Claudia's pissed already. You took one of our answers. Yeah. Okay, Enrique.
I gotta go with the old reliable sinigang.
Sinigang. Okay.
Are you serious?
I think
Okay,
that's
fine.
top caliber first
Oh,
round,
It's
no?
the LeBron James of Filipino food sinigang.
well, I don't
Okay.
like.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like LeBron, so I'll say
Okay.
no. Okay, fine. I'll steal this
Claudia.
adobo, pork adobo.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
For some
Wait.
reason, I don't like chicken adobo, so I'll just say
I'll-
pork adobo.
Okay. Sige. We're kind of chill in how we do the draft, no? It's not a real team. Because honestly, my choice is chicken adobong dilaw. So can I take it or is adobo off the board, guys? I'll let you
Adobo's
vote.
off the board already.
Adobo's-
because it's-
So
yeah.
adobos. Okay.
Man, I'm a chicken adobo person. Just saying.
If it's the same base, it's off the board.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
there you
right.
go. There you go.
Right.
And that's why it's a lot of. That's what makes it a bit more challenging, no?
Okay.
So I still don't have a pick, so I'm gonna have to go through my código, ah. Grabe naman, guys. Man, I will have to go with. Can I
GM.
go paksiw? Paksiw na lechon.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will
Okay,
go with
fine,
that. Yeah,
fine.
I'll go with paksiw na lechon. And then second pick,
Oh gosh.
you need things that go well together, no? So I will go with garlic rice.
What?
Oh god. Oh, I know mine. Okay.
Okay. Paksiw na lechon. And then I went garlic rice. I'll just fill it up right here.
So then, Mom,
And
that
then-
means all of us can have rice. That's That's wrong. Okay, fine. I'll go this one. I'm gonna go sisig.
Wow.
Again, come on. Bumabawi ka ba from last draft?
She took my pick.
Yeah.
She took my pick.
See, it's gloves off when it's food because you gotta eat. No, we might just kill each other for what we want. Okay, so sisig, no, Claudia.
Yep.
Okay, and then Enrique. We'll just play the picks afterwards. Yeah, second round.
Dinuguan.
Dinuguan. That's fine with me. Not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, me
like
too.
that. I like that.
With puto.
Oh, with yeah.
Yes.
It's still a good, solid second rounder, I can say. With Puto. I'll put that for you, Enrique. Dinuguan with Puto. And then Ina, of course, you get the next
Mine
two.
is bulalo.
Bulalo.
All right. I actually had that last Tuesday.
It's so good.
Yeah, right.
The bone marrow.
Yeah,
Different.
but then it's like high cholesterol.
Yep.
It's good for me.
Get the hot water and ambulance ready. No?
I know, right? Yung hot water after.
Right.
Yeah. And you're
Anyway,
next again.
there you
Wow.
go.
My
First
next
two rounds.
is-
Ina, you get, another
I really like kinilaw.
pick. Manila. Okay.
Whoa. And
Okay. Our buddy Christopher Reyes will be pissed because he loves his kinilaw. So that's your raw fish, no? With vinegar. And
Yeah.
then
Oh my gosh. And then imagine the beach in front of you. Oh.
Oh my god, yeah, with a nice chill music, right?
And like
Add the
a
beer.
buko juice.
oh, there you
Yeah,
go,
that
Buka
was-
juice.
Oh,
Do you
gosh,
want your beer? I want my buko juice.
I get the beer. Okay.
Can't mix both, right? Enrique, second pick, no?
Oh man.
Right.
Third.
Yeah, third
Ah.
pick of Enrique, rather, yeah.
Yeah.
Second in the
You
third
make
round.
me think. I didn't like this before, but it's slowly grown on me, especially through the pandemic. Lying.
Laing.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
Late bloomer yung laing with you, ah. Claudia?
Okay. I already
Yours,
know
sir.
mine.
Okay.
Liempo.
Liempo.
Oh.
Ini
Okay.
Kinilaw and then yum po.
We're all going to
We're
the
going to
beach.
the beach. Yeah.
Okay, third pick. I was thinking of taking the approach now, well-rounded meal. So I have the paksiw na lechon, then the garlic rice, and I will have kangkong. So there's less guilt.
Wow.
Yeah, and then to,
Kangkong.
to snake it, you gotta have your
Adobong
veg.
kangkong?
Yeah, like how do you
Yeah.
cook it?
How's it cooked though?
Yeah.
You can
Because there's
I don't mind-
kangkong and adobo, and
I
you
don't-
can have adobong kangkong.
You
I don't
can
mind
have-
boiled, to be honest, because I'm having it with my paksiw na lechon. The adobo base is gone, eh.
Okay,
But
so it's just
yeah.
literally steamed
I don't
kangkong.
mind. I don't mind.
With
I mean, you eat
bagoong.
healthy. Ayun.
Okay.
Ayun. If it
I'll
doesn't
take that.
taste,
I'll take it.
if it doesn't taste good, then maybe it's healthy. Maybe
No,
it's
you know
healthy.
what? It's not bad. It's not bad.
But I'll have it with my paksiw na lechon, so that's the killer with the calories. Yeah, and then let's snake it. Should I go gulay ulit? Roasted chicken, lechon manok. Is that allowed,
Okay,
guys?
that's allowed,
Is that
that's
allowed?
allowed.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. What
I
brand?
almost thought you were gonna say pecha.
What brand? Sponsor Who the Heck Are We? And that will be my choice. There you go. You have a chance. So, okay.
All right. So my
Yeah.
turn, no?
Yeah, your turn. No? Let's just get it up here. So there you go. Results so far.
Okay.
Everyone's looking
I'm
solid,
gonna
but
go
we've had
see-
we've
I'm
had a
gonna
lot
go
of good. I know a lot of people got pissed off. Oh, you're taking my answer here and there. It's food. We're gonna kill each other to eat. But yes,
Okay,
Claudia.
I'm gonna get my seafood out, and we're gonna go to the beach. Inihaw na squid.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Oh! Yung may laman pa, di ba?
May
Oh,
laman pa sa loob.
yeah.
Yeah, oh god. And
That's
then with
so
toyo and vinegar and then chili. Oh my, and calamansi. That's the best.
May kasama pang beer.
May
Okay,
kasama
That's a good
pang
one.
beer. Yeah.
to help everyone out, no, the beer buko juice, you don't have to put it because we will make sure that we bring it.
Yeah, we will bring that. We will bring that.
Wala nang away for that, no. Okay, so Enrique, you got the next pick. Then Ina up next. Yeah.
I can say like Cebu lechon. No?
Wala pang
Adult
That's
lechon.
lechon?
roasted.
Lechon's the base, so I can let Ina and Claudia you know,
lechon manok and cebu lechon are like,
Are
you know,
different, right?
they're
but they're
very
Oh
tasty.
different
yeah, like
But they're
in
lechon
the way that
itself.
they're made. That's why I was specific about cebu lechon.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that.
Okay,
I'll
fine.
let Ina
What do you
and
think?
Claudia.
No,
Ano,
no, yeah, that's
with that.
different.
It's
Yeah,
So
that's
different.
you're
different.
It's different.
you're cool with it,
Yeah,
no?
that's
All
it.
right.
We're cool with that. We're
Cool,
cool with
cool.
that.
I got a chip on my shoulder because I don't have my adobong dilaw. My
Because
lola
that's
will be
almost the
fuming.
same. Yeah.
It's instead of toyo, parang ano siya, achuete leaves, no? Achuete leaves. So
Okay,
anyway,
Ina, you're
yeah,
next.
Ina, two straight picks, we snake it. Manch.
Um, palabok.
Palabok.
Oh, nice.
Nice,
Nice
nice.
one.
Okay. Palabok. And then you get
Okay,
your fifth pick first in the fifth round.
can I do like the fresh lumpiang ubod or something?
Oh, come on!
Dude, that's my favorite.
Ah!
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
drafted.
Okay. Fresh lumpia. Yeah? Fresh lumpiang
Yeah.
ubod, to be exact. Yeah. There's this random place in Binondo after I get my glasses every year. You just walk down the alley and there's a place there that's like goat tier, fresh lumpiang ubod. No. So, okay,
Sarap.
that does it for Ina. So she gets to chill. Let's show the results right here. Because you're done, no? It's just
It's
Enrique,
just
Claudia, and
the
I
three of us
fighting.
na lang.
I know, right? But given Ina's done, if the three of us have a toss up, Ina will be the judge as the guest also. In
You
case
should have
like
pulled
this
out a
is
notebook for this.
adobo lechon. I told you to, Enrique.
I didn't
Anyway,
think it was this
Really,
serious. This
Enrique,
is
what's
serious,
yours? Yeah,
Yeah,
serious
go.
draft business. I don't know.
come on.
But while Enrique's at it, to our viewers, let us know we can help out Enrique, or what do you think
Uh,
about Ina's lineup? Yay or nay, or share what you love? You know, if you have the time to list your five or just one, why not? Let us know in the comments, no? Or yeah,
I
go
have
ahead,
Should be a
Enrique.
countdown. Okay, what?
I
Pwede,
have it,
no?
and no one will pick this.
All right,
Spanish
sure.
bread.
Spanish bread. I'll let
It's
I'll
not
let
actually.
Ina
It's not actually Spanish.
I know, right? But
It's just bread with
Pumunta
sugar.
sa panadera.
No,
some
only
villages
you,
have the guy going
okay.
around. Hey, Spanish bread, no?
As someone who's leaving the country very soon,
Oh gosh, yeah.
I am like trying to get as much Filipino food as I can,
Uh-huh.
and you can only get that here.
Okay.
Or you could bake
It's
it.
true. Yeah, yeah. We've made it here a few times during the
Yeah. Will
pandemic.
you give the green light for that, Ina? You're the
Yeah,
referee
that's
now.
fun.
You're the
Yeah,
last
you
woman.
I was like, I thought we were like trying to get ulam, not bread.
Why you don't eat your Spanish bread with rice? No, I'm kidding.
It goes in a buffet.
Uh,
Sige, wait. Okay, I can do this. But we don't have to do that. Desserts is another topic, siguro.
I was
Or-
gonna.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
It's loose,
Ah,
to be
okay.
honest.
Go
Yeah.
ulam,
So,
ulam.
Okay.
Daing
Yeah.
na bangus.
Okay.
Daing.
Daing
Come
na
on,
bangus.
man.
That's good.
Okay.
With garlic
Daing.
rice.
Seafood with
I
garlic
got the
rice.
garlic rice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You want to trade? I'll give you gulay for the bangus. Trade.
Okay,
please,
we'll
kidding.
talk. We'll talk about trades after the.
Yeah, yeah. Baka ma-veto trade natin, na. Anyway, Claudia.
Alright.
Yeah.
All right. So wait, desserts are off the table.
Ina said we'll stick with the
Yes.
ulam thing.
Ulam.
So
Yeah.
I was gonna say halo halo. I mean that's good for like in my skin. Yeah. Okay, ulam. It has to be ulam.
You're stuck
Yep.
in the beach.
Yeah, right. Diba? From grilled, grilled squid to halo halo. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh. What am I favorite? Oh my gulay. Oh my god.
Okay.
Caldereta.
Caldereta.
Oh,
Okay.
There you go.
yum.
Yeah.
Spelled with a K, but pag Pinoy style, di ba?
Yeah, it's okay with
Caldereta. And I will wrap it up and then I will show the results. You guys, well, this was a tough draft, no? But I really have to
Yeah, that
go. Wow, my choices are gone. No, I will go. Can you go chop suey?
You're ready
I'll,
for chop suey.
Wow.
I'll play fair kasi it's very ano with lumpiang ubod, di ba? So, yay or nay?
That's okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
good. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
a
good.
dish.
It's completely
Yeah?
different dish. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right. So there you have it. Draft results. That was tough. We're killing each other for food. Of course, you gotta eat to survive, no? But what do you think
Um,
about your list?
Mine's like a big dishes. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Panghandaan.
Something I really want to eat before I leave.
Oh god, yeah, oh yeah. But there's a lot
Definitely,
of, yeah, there's
yeah.
a lot of Pinoy food in the States, so what's different? Right.
It's different,
Yeah,
yo.
Jollibee is different there.
Yeah, it's always different.
See, but you can't. If you leave the Philippines, you can't go to like your local bakery and get some Spanish bread.
Or
You know,
or or pan de
first
coco,
thing in the
right?
morning.
Pan
Yeah,
de coco.
Oh my
first thing
god,
in the
it's,
morning.
Fresh pandesal.
yeah, right. You smell it pa at night, and then you dip it in coffee. You know that?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
no, to be fair, that is true, but
Not
ulam.
allowed, not allowed.
ulam,
Yeah.
but
I
ulam
don't have
only.
gulay. Oh
Ayun.
my gosh, I don't have gulay, but
Ulam.
I'll be at the beach. See, that's why.
Yeah. Ulam is the name of the game, no? But
Yeah.
there, I have my ambulance ready for my dishes, but I'm
Yeah.
happy I have my kangkong and chop suey so that the ghost behind me will, won't be making me feel guilty. I don't know about you guys, no? But I think that does it, no? For this episode. That was
Yes,
fun. Ina, thank you so much for your time, for being game
yes,
to participate in this draft. We hope you had as much fun as we did.
We
And all the best,
did.
no? With your campaign. And
yeah.
we hope you don't mind. We'll just put you backstage. Yeah.
All right, thanks for having me. I really
Our
enjoyed it.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Ina. All right.
Ooh,
Woo.
draft aside, because we have to fight pa rin because we're mad at each other for choices. But I really love this episode, no, with Ina. Other than the usual of people have their role model to look at. No,
Yeah,
that's the most important thing. I mean, it's nice how
For
she has
sure.
these setbacks
yeah,
and then she's able to bounce back. I think that
yeah,
really, it's like she continues to carry on that thing they'd say when they were playing in LaSalle, start strong, finish stronger. Naging finish strongest pa nga eh, no?
yeah.
Setbacks here and there. And I wish the national team all the best. And wow, just seeing them play during the qualifiers just gave us so much joy. And I think we never took it for granted. And hats off to them, of course, for flying the flag.
The way that they did it as well, and some of those games were really dramatic in the way that they won. It
Stoppage
just
time.
shows how much they wanted to win. Like that's always fun to see. That's why we watch the game. That's why we watch football. That's why we love it for
I
sure.
think I think I was screaming, especially during because both games were like stoppage time. I think
Hella
it
Yeah,
was
close.
very
super
closely,
close.
and I'm glad that I think I keep repeating myself. I'm glad that she went to LaSalle,
You
because
keep rubbing it in Enrique's face,
I'm
no?
really happy. No, because
I wasn't.
no, because she represented the Philippines really
With
well,
that
and
with
she
that
has the
deal
armband in
or
her.
stipulation, yeah.
I'm never gonna disagree with that because it worked out. I mean,
It
like
worked out
maybe if it
really, really
it
well for
worked
the
out really well.
country.
So
For the
for
country,
everyone, really, for her,
yeah,
for everyone
exactly.
else. So
Yeah.
She
no
was the
no arguments from me.
okay, good. All right, so
Yeah.
that was
Anything else,
awesome.
Claudia? But yeah,
No,
fantastic.
I'm glad that we got her in before she left for the
Yeah,
state.
for
She's
sure.
leaving for camp in a week, so we'll be praying for her. We'll be praying for the team and the new coach. We'll be watching you. We'll be watching the team here.
All right. So that does it for this episode. In behalf of Claudia Perrine, Enrique Ortiz, one of his last few episodes with us as our analyst. Clara Manzano here. Thank you very much for tuning into Hudecker. We will catch you next week. So give us a follow on social media.